Stick around and I'll show you how I made this left column the same height as the right column, and I'll explain to you why I made that mistake to begin with. So I made this mistake because we're on a hill here, and I thought I would make both columns the same size, but I was very wrong, because later on I realized I wanted to put a gate, and I made the gate straight and level, obviously. So then it looks a little discombobulated. So we decided to add a new top to the column. On the top of the column where we have the formwork, we took a hammer and we chopped off all the plaster and we just roughed it up a little bit. And then I took a drill and we drilled about 6 holes and banged some rebar in it so it's nice and ready to make a good connection there. Now we're adding an extra piece on top with a bar that'll stick out to grab the gate like we have over there. Anyway, so this is a real Dominican crazy thing, and we used some bonding agent that we painted up there, and that will help connect. That's from the Dominican Republic. That will help connect the top there when we pour the second cement. So we're pouring a real thick one, so hopefully it won't run down the sides. We stuck a little plastic bag to seal the hole. There might be some bags sticking out of our cement later, but we'll have to deal with that and pull it out. We put some of these woods here to help support it. But the funniest thing here is that we got 4 blocks. Okay, got 4 blocks with strings. I'm using gravity to consistently hold it down so that the top doesn't, escape out of there with all the weight of the concrete. And rather than tie it down to something, which I don't feel would be so secure unless you got some really good rope, I just thought gravity would be the best, given the small size of what we're doing. So we've got 4 blocks hanging on strings, one pulling each other. So this is a constant, consistent downward force. So hopefully that won't come up. So anyway, I just thought this was funny. I thought I would share it. By no means is this professional. We're not professional. We're DIY, Dominican style. And so this is what we come up with. Okay, so we just took off the formwork. And this is what we got. We got a new top to the column. So we let it sit there for 2 days. We're going to let it cure some more. We'll deal with that plastic bag another day. And later we'll cut off that bar below. We don't need it anymore. Let's check it from the other side. Yeah. We'll deal with that plastic another day, like I said. So it looks pretty good. It's a little smaller than the column, but that's what we want because we're going to put some plaster on the outside and make that look all like one piece and then paint it white, and then there you go. So here we're throwing water over it. We're going to keep this baby nice and moist. Oops, almost slipped. And we're going to put some saran wrap over it. That'll keep this bad boy nice and moist. My mentor Jamie from Dutch Craft Builders would be very proud of me. Right, Jamie? Look at that agua creeping down in there. Look at that water. Delicious. That baby gonna cure nice. Nice and hard. Ooh, that's beautiful. All right, look at that. Came out pretty good, I think. It looks pretty solid. We kept that up there for a few days, nice and wet in the saran wrap. I think this is good enough. It's very hard. It's been almost a week. So we're gonna cover it with some plaster today. All right, so we're putting plaster on now. Okay, so now we're painting it. We had covered it with plaster. We had covered it with plaster and smoothed it out. I just did a quick job. I smoothed it out with the spatula. And then, you know how it gets all those little cracks, the plaster right away? I didn't want that, and I didn't want to do a lot of filling, little holes, whatever. So I kept it wet. I kept spraying it with a little spray bottle. And then we wrapped it with plastic again once it got hard enough and let it stay the night. So we didn't get any of those cracks. And then we sanded it, and now we're painting it. Look at this little test we did over here. We did this little test over here, and we did not spray it, or this is the plaster. We did not spray it or wrap it, obviously. This is just a test. And look at all those cracks and stuff. See that? I'd be there filling all these over there now. So, because I just wanted to get this thing over with. So I think it was a good idea. All right, I'll show you the end result. All right, so we finished painting it, and it came out pretty good. You could see the difference between the fresh paint a little bit because we didn't paint the whole column, but I think that'll go in time. Or we could just paint the whole column later. But yeah, plus it's probably still wet. Anyway, I think it came out pretty good, not too bad. Now I got both of these things even, same height on the top. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching my little Dominican column edition, and I'll see you in the next video.